This is Jane Gentry with Fusion Staffing. I was with a group of leaders recently, and we kind of came to the realization after having a conversation that there are still a lot of leaders and organizations who are paralyzed and have not been able to really figure out what they can do about COVID to help their business, right? And to get through this hopefully transition period until things start rolling again. And there were three things that came out of our conversation that I thought might be valuable to you. The first one is, although leaders I find say they're willing to change, we tend to be paralyzed in a situation like this, right? And so it's easier, I think, if you have a process for change. One of the things that we did as an organization was to get together and really peel back our business to its absolute core by asking two questions. What are our assets as a business? And how do those assets solve an important problem in the market? So, for example, we tossed away any thoughts of like, what is it that we do for a living, or even who are our clients today, to really get down to the core of what are we great at and what are the assets that we have. A lot of companies will tell you their people are their assets. Well, for Fusion, we're a staffing company. Our people actually are our number one asset. So how do we leverage that and our nationwide reach to solve a problem that's in the market today? If I were a leader, I'd say, ask yourself a similar question. What are our assets and how do they solve a problem in the market? The second is, this is an amazing time for collaboration. Collaboration with your clients, collaboration with your vendors, and of course your own team. But this is the time to innovate. This is the time to sit down and pilot some ideas that you've never thought of before, or to pilot some things that you did think of pre-COVID, but you didn't have the time or the energy to really take those on. This is the perfect time for innovation and for testing new ideas. And then the third thing is, be supportive, right? What does that mean? I mentioned in another video recently, over communicate. You cannot communicate too much right now, but also realize that heightened anxiety and what our employees are going through right now causes a lot more fumbles than we might have typically in the business. And so as a leader, you've got to be really prepared for that. But the great thing is, this is a time when you and your customer are in a crucible together. Years ago, many years ago, I spent a lot of time on the trade show floor during setup with my clients. And those periods of time where everything went wrong and, trucks didn't make it and forklifts ran through walls that we had to rebuild, and all those things that we had to adjust for, really built those relationships to a point where it was really difficult for competitors to steal those customers from us, because we had been right there in the crucible with them solving those problems. And that's what COVID reminds me of. We are all right now with our customers in the crucible fighting together. And so the opportunity to really strengthen customer relationships, build new customer relationships, and kind of walk through that fire, walk through that crucible together, I think you'll find that your relationships on the other side of this are stronger than ever.